Welcome back to my walk. Keep in mind, this is not just my walk. Yes, it's titled after because of my testimonies and stuff that is on this channel, but it's your walk too. If you are walking with Christ, it is your walk too. Okay, so David is still running from Saul. A lot of priests were slaughtered, including the one who David had lied to about what was going on, which he did it for his own protection. David did it for David's protection. I don't think he anticipated um, Saul having the priests slaughtered. Okay, 1 Samuel chapter 23. David versus the Philistines. Remember, he's with the Philistines. He's hiding among the Philistines, and he's feigning being mad. He's faking it. It was the only way he could live there safely. Then they told David, saying, Behold, the Philistines are fighting against Keilah, and they are robbing the threshing floors. Therefore David inquired of the Lord, saying, Will I go and strike these Philistines? And the Lord said to David, Go and strike the Philistines, and save Keilah. And David's men said to him, Behold, we are afraid here in Judah. How much more then if we come to Keilah and against the armies of the Philistines? Then David inquired of the Lord again. And the Lord said to him, Say, Get up, go down to Keilah, for I shall deliver the Philistines into your hand. And David and his men went to Keilah and fought with the Philistines and brought away their cattle and struck them with a great slaughter. And it was when Abiathar the son of Ahimelech fled to David to Keilah that he came down with an ephod in his hand. And Saul was told that David had come to Keilah. And Saul said, God has delivered him into my hand, for he is shut in by entering a town that has gates and bars. And Saul called all of the people together to war to go down to Keilah to besiege David and his men. And David knew it was against him that Saul secretly devised wickedness. And he said to Abiathar the priest, Bring the ephod here. Then David said, The Lord God of Israel, your servant, has certainly heard that Paul is seeking to come to Keilah to destroy the city for my sake. Will the men of Keilah deliver me up into his hand? Will Saul come down, as your servant has heard? The Lord God of Israel, I beseech you, tell your servant. And the Lord said, He will come down. And then David said, Will the men of Keilah deliver me and my men into the hand of Saul? And the Lord said, They will deliver you. Then David and his men, who were about 600, that's a lot of people to be trying to hide and protect, get up and left from Keilah and went wherever they could go. And it was told Saul that David had escaped from Keilah, and he gave up going out. And David lived in the wilderness in the strongholds, and remained in the mountain of the wilderness of Ziph. And Saul sought him every day, but God did not deliver him into his hands. And David saw that Saul had come out to seek his life, and David was in the wilderness in Ziph in the wood. And Jonathan, Saul's son, got up and went to David in the wood and strengthened his hand in God. And he said to him, Do not be in awe. The hand of Saul, my father, will not find you. You will be king over Israel, and I shall be next to you, that also Saul, my father, knows. Unfortunately, when David does become king, Jonathan's not with him. I'm not going to give it away. This is intriguing. I mean, I know this story very well, but yeah, you may know too. If you know, good for you. That's awesome. And they made a covenant before the Lord, and David stayed in the wood, and Jonathan went to his house. Then the Ziphites came up to Saul to Gibeah, saying, Behold, David is hiding himself with us in strongholds in the wood, in the hill of Hachilah, which is on the south side of Jessamon, Jeshimon. Sorry. Now, therefore, O king, come down according to all the desire of your very being to come down, and our part will be to deliver him into king's hands. And Saul said, Blessed are you of the Lord, for you had compassion on me. Go now, please, prepare yet, and know and see his place, where his haunt is, and who has seen him there. For it is told me that he is exceedingly crafty. Therefore look and take knowledge of all the hiding places where he hides himself, and come again to me with certainty, and I shall go with you. And it will be, if he is in the land, I shall search him out throughout all the clans of Judah. So the clans of Judah were literally thousands. And they got up and they went to Ziph before Saul, but David and his men were in the wilderness of Maon. Maon means place of safety. So our names are prophetic. They mean something. And I think y'all know that. And it's the same for towns and cities and countries and all of that. Okay. He was in the wilderness of Maon, in the plain of the south of Jeshimon. And Saul and his men also went to seek him, and they told David. So he went down to the rock and stayed in the wilderness of Maon. Maon. And when Saul heard, sorry, hold on. And when Saul heard, he pursued after David in the wilderness of Maon. And Saul went on the side of the mountain, and David and his men on that side of the mountain. And David made haste to get away for fear of Saul. And Saul and his men surrounded David and he and his men to take them. But a messenger came to Saul, saying, Hurry, come, for the Philistines have invaded the land. Therefore Saul returned from pursuing after David and went against the Philistines. Therefore they called that place Selah. Oh my goodness, this is a big word. Hamalekath. Hamalekath. That's a lot of letters. Okay, and it means rock of divisions. Okay, that concludes chapter 23. 1 Samuel 24. David evades Saul. And David went up from there and lived in the strongholds of En Gedi. And it was when Saul returned from following the Philistines that it was told him, saying, Behold, David is in the wilderness of En Gedi. Then Saul took 3,000 chosen men out of all of Israel and went to seek David and his men on the rock of the wild goats. And he came to the sheep cotes by the way, where there was a cave, and Saul went in to cover his feet. And David and his men remained in the sides of the cave. And David's men said to him, Behold, this is the day of which the Lord said to you, Behold, I am giving your enemy into your hand so that you could do to him as it will seem good to you. Then David got up and fer- furtively cut off the wing of Saul's robe. Okay, so that's the corner, the edge of the prayer shawl. And it happened afterward that David's heart struck him, because he had cut off the wing of Saul's robe. And he said to his men, The Lord forbid that I should do this thing to my master, the Lord's anointed, to stretch forth my hand against him, seeing he is anointed of the Lord. And Saul rose up out of the cave and went on his way. David got up afterward and went out of the cave, and he cried out to Saul, saying, My lord, the king. And when Saul looked behind him, David stooped with his face to the earth and bowed himself. And David said to Saul, Why do you listen to men's words, saying, Behold, David is seeking your hurt? Behold, this day your eyes have seen how the Lord has delivered you into my hand in the cave, and some bade me to kill you. But I spared you, and I said, I shall not put forth my hand against my Lord, for he is the Lord's anointed. Okay, so we have not read anywhere where people are saying or telling David, let's see, where was it? Okay, okay, so where it says, Why do you listen to men's words? Behold, David is seeking to hurt you. We haven't read that. I think this was put into King David's head. I mean, he's not king yet, but okay. Moreover, my father, see, yes, see the wing of your robe in my hand, for I cut off the wing of your robe, but did not kill you. You must know, see, that there is neither evil or transgression in my hand. I have not sinned against you, yet you hunt my life to take it. And the Lord judge between me and you, and the Lord avenge me of you. But my hand will not be upon you. As the proverb of the ancients says, Wickedness proceeds from the wicked, but my hand will not be upon you. After whom has the king of Israel come out? Whom do you pursue? After a dead dog, after a flea. The Lord, therefore, be judge, and judge between me and you, and see, and plead my cause, and deliver me out of your hand. And it was when David had made an end of his speaking these words to Saul. Then Saul said, Is this your voice, my son, David? And Saul lifted up his voice and said, or lifted up his voice and wept. Sorry, I thought he was going to speak. And he said to David, You are more righteous than I, for you have rewarded me with good, whereas I have rewarded you with evil. He's in his right mind. Saul's in his right mind. And you have shown this day how you have dealt well with me, for as much as when the Lord had delivered me into your hand, you did not kill me. For if a man finds his enemy, he will let him go well away. Therefore the Lord rewards you with good for what you have done for me this day. And now behold, I know well that you will surely be king, and that the king of Israel will be established in your hand. Swear now therefore to me, my lord, that you will not cut off my seed from after me, and that you will not destroy my name out of the house, out of my father's house. And David swore to Saul. Then Saul went home, but David and his men went up to the stronghold. And that concludes chapter 24. And we still have a ways to go. There is more to this story. Okay, I will see you in the next section. I call you the head and not the tail, above and not beneath, highly blessed, highly favored of the Lord. You are welcome to go look at the testimonies. I think I posted the like the whole channel link. So you should be able to go to any of the playlists, I think. If not, please somebody leave a comment, and so I can work on that because I can't like double check it from my end. I don't know how, but I will try to Google it if I get a chance. It's going to be a very, very busy weekend. Happy, 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 happy 4th of July. Have a great time. Have some great grilled food, great desserts. Have a blast with whoever you're spending time with. And I will see you in the next chapter. I'll probably actually do some more tomorrow, which is the 4th. So I might be here. All right. Be blessed. Love y'all.